So I'm just going back to Robert now to ask you a couple of questions. Still regarding the next generation of consumers and hobbyists and listeners to music and music lovers, should they, what would you suggest to them to make them go back to the analog players and turntables?
I think we have one advantage today, which is the iPod and the let's call it mobile packed music. I don't see it as a bad thing. I think it's good because more consumers are listening to music, much more than 5-10 years ago. It's like a similar hype with Walkman at that time. But on the other hand, analog is about quality. And the younger generation is not growing up with quality. And this is our goal, to bring them back to quality, or to show them that you have music, even if it's an MP3 file, which you can listen and reproduce on a excuse me, the words S double beep, on a small little system, on a bigger system, on a hi-fi system, on a more expensive hi-fi system, and high-end system. If we get the consumers into this direction and the understanding that music reproduction can be on a much higher level, we will be successful forever. If we will not succeed in that way, we will have still music lovers which are automatically looking for the quality music reproduction because they want to enjoy, or because they want the best. And then the last part is maybe the time, because everything is very fast and hectic. To listen to music, to enjoy music, you need to have some spare time. And but you will find out very soon that it's like a small holiday. When you sitting down, maybe even have a nice glass of red wine, or listening together with the family, like they used to do 50 years ago, playing music together at home. This is something which is maybe missing in the new generation as well, but hopefully this is coming back.
Thank you. How about justifying a big price for turntable and the cartridge? Because there are items that can reach up to 50,000 euros, and even a cartridge would cost more than 10,000 euros. So this is a question for the average consumer. How would you justify that technically and design-wise?
Okay. To be honest, and this maybe sounds in the beginning now very snobbish. Many products in the high-end market and for clear audio might be even under normal circumstances too cheap. If you take the effort of research and development, the financial situation, and the quantity of production, if you put this under in a normal Excel sheet, you find a break-even point. And on some products, you need 2, 3, 4, 5 years to reach a break-even point. So therefore, I would say we don't have to justify ourselves for maybe higher prices in respects to full system, which you can get for 299 euro. Because sometimes it takes to build a cartridge 6 days for one fine mechanic sitting under the microscope. If I just count this hours of building time, then the materials which we're using, which adds up to a certain point.
The experience, the know-how, the generations, of course.
Yes. And then you have to run a company as well. And a company with more than 30 people needs to generate some turnover in order to have the employee to keep it running. And there is another aspect which is service, for instance. We have most of the parts on stock. So if Aleco is calling us and says, I need a replacement cartridge on warranty, we send it out and the next day by FedEx it is in Athens. And this is something which you don't get for free. So the whole package, I think we have a very fair price per value ratio. Especially if you look at the production numbers. Goldfinger cartridge, which is about 9,000 euro. We produce maybe 2 or 5 pieces per month. In the car industry, they would not survive, but we can survive. So actually the car industry is more expensive than we are.
And finally, if I can ask you about your future moves and any breakthroughs or any new material coming up or some new ideas or anything that you can give us for next year, something to wait for, something to look for.
We have a book full of new ideas.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I have to be very careful because, of course, we are already in some areas. We are investigating some possibilities of matching the impedance of the cartridges and the cables automatically. So there is something to come within the future. Of course, we are looking for constant improvements in the cartridge line. We are having an entry-level tone arm about 2,700 euro in Greece, retail price with a magnetic bearing, which is just launched now at the show. We have an entry-level tone arm, about 800 euro retail. We are launching just now the statement phono stage, which is I call it personally the mother of phono stages, because it has multiple inputs, multiple phono inputs. All parameters can be adjusted very easily and even with remote control during listening. With a separate power supply, with a full automatically charging battery power supply. We are working on a turntable, on a big turntable again. We are working in the cable area. We have some extensive and minor improvements made with materials and combination of materials to have technical parameters which no one achieved before. So that's a future project. We are working since 15 years on speakers, so we are working on an amplifier and preamplifier line, electronic line, which we don't know if it's coming next year or in 2 years or in 5 years or in 10 years, but we just work on it as well. I could go on now for an hour. That's maybe important. We are launching the new record cleaning machines, two types. We will show that at the CS show in Las Vegas. The new Smart Matrix entry level and the, I almost call it fully automatic record cleaning machine, which is cleaning both sides of the record at once with new features and improved, of course. This is going to be the SE versions, SE for second edition.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah. So we're definitely not bored.
Right. Okay, Robert, thank you very much for being with us. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Και ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ για την συνέντευξη.
Ευχαριστώ.
Okay, we're looking forward to see you again in Greece sometime.
Yes.